Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to Ashes of the Singularity Escalation. Today I have another match between Shimbalama as our blue PHC and Neatep as the orange PHC. We're playing on a small map today. Neatep said that he has to go soon, so we're like, cool, we'll just do Frosthaven. It is a very small map. It's a very aggressive map. It's quite open too. So it can be harder to lock it down with defenses, though that is still definitely an option. But I love this map. I've played on it in multiple tournament grand finals, and it's very tense just because it can swing so quickly. Because if you lose the pressure just for a little bit, you know, you can lose those regions. You can get pushed through quite rapidly. So this is strange, because that's cut off, right? Oh no, it is connected. No, it's flashing. Okay, I'm confused. Yeah, this is definitely not connected. There's no black line on the mini-map, and the fact that it's flashing means it's not connected. So Neatep, in going for this position at the start, his metal income is currently lacking, whereas if we look at Shimbalama, he has this point connected already. Must have been tempting because it has 3 metal extractors, where that one only has 2. And the fact that he isn't going for this one means he won't be reconnecting it anytime soon. So, questionable early game, let's say. Perhaps Neatep assumed that it was within range, or maybe he doesn't care. Either way, Shimbalama already has this radioactives region connected, as does this one. And this is really the important region because it has 4 metal deposits. Just getting that one ASAP tends to be the way to go. It is a bit more exposed, however, and especially if you're trying to get an amplifier on there, that can be very difficult, but worth it in the long run if you can pull it off. It's reconnected now. All his income is online. So getting a Smarty in this position is really, really important, because not only will it defend this region here, but it also defends the radioactives region in the corner and this 4 region here. So rushing a Smarty on that, and the equivalent is here, is so important. But it can be done by either player. So we see the Smarty being built by Shimbalama. Neatep doesn't have the frigates to prevent that. There are 2 archers pushing forwards. The engineer should finish this one by the looks of it. Yeah, nice. It is completed. Keeping the engineer alive would be a great use. It does keep it alive. Smarty takes it down immediately, but the fact that Shimbalama has this Smarty is a very nice win for him. So this map, you don't have a lot of radioactives in your main base. You've got 1 there and 2 here. So you've only got 3. And then you have ones a bit more forwards. So that's quite exposed, as is this one. So this corner region often is quite crucial. And even another Smarty's being called down, being built. Still quite central. Opening up a bit of a gap to flank around the side, but it would be hard to make that path. So having another Smarty, I think, is quite clever. It also means you can't just push through it with a Zeus and a handful of archers. Middle Trinium hasn't been captured yet, but it's just about to be. Artillery post is the strategy for Shimbalama, with a sensor array also to spot for that one is very important. This region currently hasn't been taken by either player. Quantum Relay hasn't been built by either player, so amplifiers aren't an option, but that's clever. On a small map like this, you don't want to go Quanta super fast just because you can get punished for it. Whereas in a big map, like we saw in the previous game, on Espana, then because it's a much larger map, you can go for the tech and the economy much safer. Wow, he may snipe both of these engineers. Oh no. Retargets the army in the center. A lot of units for Neatep. He could actually lose this artillery post if it's punished. Sentinel not done, but there are more cruisers in the back lines. Yep, nice. Pushes a little bit too far forward, loses this army, and the Sentinel's going to complete. The left side is being pushed. Two Smarties here, however. So this is where you really want Artemis cruisers to push. Or even just Zeus cruisers also, to soak up damage and deliver the damage against them. And then, yeah, you often see this Artemis pressure to try and punish these static defenses. So far, the income's pretty similar. Shimbalama being ahead in radioactives, mainly because of this corner Rad's point. Building a Smarty in the center, so well consolidated is Shimbalama with this Arty post and the Sentinel. But it will mean he has less production, less units, so pushing the flanks would be a good way of punishing that. It's the main way to play around defenses, is just avoid them if you can, go for the flanks. Artillery post here as well for Shimbalama, so he wants to play a pretty passive game. This army's gonna get cut off. Oh man, should have gone the long way around. Runs into a Smarty anyway, so he just loses this whole frigate army really for nothing. Yikes. So one of the advantages of Shimbalama is he has this radar, so he has good information on his enemy's positioning. He also just has good vision because he has units in the center. But even if the units pull back completely, he will still have radar range quite far forward, so he can see if there's little flanking maneuvers like that. He has a Smarty here, but this position is vulnerable. That's a cutoff for the entire left side. Having lost his frigate army, he's a little bit undefended. He's attacking into now. He has a better army here, though. He has multiple Athenas, because Shimbalama's army was split up, trying to get the cutoff, and he's actually getting it with a brute. But it won't be worth it if he loses this army for nothing. He has taken out several Athenas. Still one Athena remains. Very, very crucial. Smarties and the Arty post is opening up. Multiple medics kept that Zeus alive for quite some time. And the army is cleaned up. Captured back that cutoff pretty much immediately, so not very effective. But in the meanwhile, look at this. Great attack by Neatep. Pushes through, takes out 3 regions. Great harassment will delay his income for some time. Especially because he blew up the extractors, so they have to be rebuilt. Took out an engineer, so delays the orbital fabricator. The right side is being pushed, however, by Shimbalama, so a very aggressive game. All 3 flanks were being attacked simultaneously, but by different players. Apollos, Artemises, this can push through very quickly. The Arty post is already wounded as well. And the middle of the map, the barrage has been completed. Sentinel almost done as well. The Smarties are all gone, so this position is so vulnerable, and that'll remove the income of the radioactives in the corner. So Neatep's looking pretty good. The barrage is getting taken very low by the Arty posts. What would be great is to see some repair bays. That'll make a big difference in the artillery fights. Does require the energy projector, however. Okay, the Sentinel is about to complete. The engineer is repairing both of these structures. The Arty post getting very low, actually. And look, this is not good positioning of the Arty posts from Neatep, because he's placed them both together, so the splash damage can damage both of them at once. It's 2 against 1 at the moment. He needs to try and repair this with engineers. These should not be boosting the armories, they should be rebuilding and repairing those Arty posts. This army's cleaned up by Neatep. Or rather, Shimbalama's army cleans it up. There wasn't enough Athenas. It was more of a support army, so it wasn't good in a heads-up fight like that. Shimbalama's getting better control of the map. The barrage does fall. And the Hades go in. They get a nice bombing run on the arty post. Takes out one of them. The other one's still quite wounded. The artillery posts are so vulnerable, so air units can be a great way of countering them. This is a scary army for Shimbalama. Neatep needs to pull back and consolidate. Yeah, he does pull back now. Nice response. He has a amplifier, so it's giving him great metal income. This one much later for Shimbalama. A very active game so far. A single Smarty would make a difference in the fight, but his army isn't in position. Okay, he's being caught. Will he turn to engage now? There he is, going in for the fight. Looks like Shimbalama has the advantage, but an emergency turret is deployed. Athenas are trading blows. Shimbalama has the better numbers. Yeah, the last of Neatep's Athena army does fall. Emergency turrets aren't doing a lot. Having that, the Zeus and the Artemis taking them out very quickly. Using the Quanta on a quantum upgrade may have been a better choice in that fight. But I think the biggest mistake was he had a few Athenas that weren't engaging early on. On the right side, they were moving around. Should be able to finish off this army just because he's so close to his production, so he's rallying in more units. But he lost a fair bit. And wasted a bit of Quanta as well. So that's the great thing about the quantum upgrades, is they're permanent. Once they're on, they're on. Another army here. Punishing the left side would be amazing, because that's where the bulk of his income is. Looks like we'll just see critical mass of artillery posts. Still hasn't been repairing this, so this will get low very soon. Okay, he's going for the cutoff. Oh, I'm not sure where he's going. There are Smarties scattered around, but he can destroy a single Smartie very easily with that many cruisers. So having these Smarties makes it hard for the Artemis cruisers to attack the arty post. They have to really clean the way before they can push forward far enough. But now the cutoff has been, well, it is being captured. Another emergency turret's deployed. The Smartie's still doing some fantastic damage, but there's no supporting units. Should pull these units back because they're just free money at the moment that he's throwing away. But he's buying time for the Smartie to do so much damage, and he actually pulled all his units away from the cutoff, so it hasn't been taken. Wow. Big throwaway for Shimbalama. He got some snipes, but definitely not worth it given how many cruisers he lost. And if he got this cutoff, then maybe. That's gonna fall there. Nice use of that emergency turret, actually made a big difference. The artillery post has fallen, Neatep's. And more battles around the right side. Smarty's just about to complete. Athena didn't focus the engineer down in time. Took the cutoff there. Actually sniped out one of these extractors anyway, so. Very, very even game. The economy is pretty much on point, and we have triple Athenas. They can take out all of these bases very, very quickly. The base defenses very quickly, rather. Also has the secondary rockets for the anti-builder. But he has to be careful about the artillery posts. Has medics to keep them alive, but they can track moving targets. Changing the positioning is a nice way of duking out the arty posts. Nice. That one's gonna fall. So with the Athenas, once they deliver their rockets, they can just pull back. It's a very good micro. The arty post, again, it will anticipate where the unit is moving, and it will compensate to hit it. But if you change the movement, then it will miss completely. So he actually kept those alive in a very, very important way, because they were so clumped up. But I say that as he sends it into the firing line of Athena. Yeah, pulls back. That could have gone much worse. Still, 2 artillery posts in the middle, but he took out a few of those defenses. Uh-oh. It's actually about to finish this one, just with the rockets alone. And more Athenas in the back lines for Neatep, assembling a decent cruiser army. Wow, he could actually push through here. This is a strong army, but there is a barrager, so that's going to hold him off for some time. 5 Athenas, though, is just so many, but 1 Athena has snuck through. He's going to get some crucial snipes. 2 Athenas down and counting. Not focusing that one down in time. Loses 4 Athenas. The barrage now should be fine to hold the line. More cruisers are reinforcing from Neatep. Apollo's gunning down the Hades in the sky, almost taking out the production in the back lines. Frigates are sneaking through the right side, taking out those regions. The barrage is going to fall here, so enough of those Athena survived, or at least he was just building more and more of them. The middle position has been reduced to nothing as the last Smarty falls. Still has a back line of another artillery post and another sentinel with more cruisers there lobbing shells. But we see Shimbalama is about to win on Trinium. He's about 90%, so Neatep has to act fast. Denying this one is so important. Repair bay being built. A little bit too late there, unfortunately, and the Trinium is neutralized, so no longer Trinium victory as the option for Shimbalama. Still better in resources, so if he takes this one back, he will be in a great spot to hold the line. He doesn't have to destroy his opponent's base, he just has to retake the middle and hold out long enough. Quanta is 1.75 for Neatep and 1.5 for Shimbalama, so things are pretty even. Doesn't look like there's any tech structure. This game has been so cutthroat that neither player has teched up to Plasma Storm, to anything really, but even Neatep's quite getting his Trinium income. But now we see the Athenas are pushing in with support of Medics, Zeus, Artemis, Archers. Let's see who wins this fight. Looks like Neatep has the better cruiser army, but with so many Medics in support, it may not even matter. No, all of the cruisers fall. Just the Athena left and some Artemis not doing much in this fight. A little bit too soon, I think. Shimbalama jumping the gun. Still, the Medics may make the difference. Just needs to target the right units here. Don't go for the Apollos and the Artemis. The Athena's really the most important target right now. But he has won the fight. Shimbalama's reduced that army to nothing, and he's retaking the Trinium generator. Doesn't have to hold it for long, and he's building more defenses behind this one. A stalling tactic is great. Neatep goes for the right side with the cruiser army. Oh no, Neatep. That's the wrong play to make, given how close his opponent is to Trinium victory. Going for the economy can be a very important move, but when the game is this close to going over to Shimbalama, then you got to be extra careful about that. Still, the cruisers are falling. Only the frigates is what's making the difference here. Neatep back in the Trinium income. Needs more Zeus cruisers to gun down those medics. This is such a strong arm, and he's going to crush the income here in the base, and could go for the main base, but just the timing is what concerns me. More Athenas in the middle for both players, but Shimbalama has them in conjunction with the medics, as does Neatep, but not enough. Emergency turrets being thrown down, but into the firing line of the Artemis cruiser. These units are now pulling back to the center, but it may not matter. Is about to run through the arc of a sentinel if that one completes. Needs to take this Trinium generator down so soon. The medics are buying time. You can't capture when there's units defending them. More and more units are being sent in. Athena's, Artemis. There it is. There's the GG. Shimbalama takes it with the Trinium. Neatep was looking good there, but a crucial misplay with that army going for the right flank when his opponent was so low in income. Perhaps he misjudged that one, because if he was able to hold the center, that army would have just absolutely crushed that income in that crucial region in the bottom corner. But what a fantastic game. Very, very close and very tense. And we didn't see a lot of teching just because of how aggressive this map is. When you see bigger maps, you can tech up much sooner and much more safely. But when you're playing on a map so small and against such an aggressive player, it's smart they didn't tech up too soon. We also saw a lot of artillery posts, but neither player was able to secure the critical mass of artillery posts because their opponents kept punishing them because they're quite vulnerable, especially in small numbers. So really, really well played game by both Shimbalama and Neatep. That was an absolute pleasure. Thank you for watching. My name is Callum McCall. I'm the lead designer for Ashes Escalation, and subscribe to the Stardock YouTube channel for more Ashes content and announcements. Thanks.